And for more on this, I'm joined on set by Dana Alboz. She is a journalist for InfoMigrants or InfoMigrants. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
So what is behind this increasing number of asylum seekers in Austria?
Yes, so as a start, just to understand that these asylum seekers that we have just seen, they arrived to Austria through the Western Balkan route, which means they have crossed many countries before arriving to Austria. The departing point for most of them is from Turkey. From Turkey, they cross the border with Greece or Bulgaria, as we can see on the map, and then they head up north, passing by countries like Romania or like North Macedonia. They arrive afterwards to Serbia. In Serbia, we were last month, InfoMigrants, we were reporting about the situation in northern Serbia, where there are around 10,000 migrants and asylum seekers stranded at the borders in very bad and degrading conditions. We have seen dozens of asylum seekers. They told us that they have been like for weeks, maybe even for months on this road, trying to cross the border from Serbia to Hungary. And then from Hungary, they head up north and they pass by Austria because their final destination is not really Austria, as we have seen. They want to head up north even more towards Germany, for example, or Sweden. And if we have a closer look on the figures provided by the European agency Frontex, we see that for the first 10 months for this year, authorities have detected around 100,000 irregular entries at the external border of the European Union. This doesn't mean that there are 100,000 people who crossed the border, but this is like the number of attempts, which means that every person try many times to cross the border from one country to another in order to reach the final destination. Having said that, the Western Balkan route remains one of the most active routes into the European Union, and this is why we are seeing this increasing number of asylum seekers in Austria. Of course, there are many reasons behind this increase of number on this route. We are seeing, for example, more control on the central Mediterranean and as well for the Aegean Sea, where people try to cross from Turkey to Greek islands.
Well, so how are European authorities dealing with all these newcomers?
Of course, so the main focus for Europe at the moment is to stop the migration flow and to set more control on the border. Last October, the European Commission adopted a recommendation to the Council to authorize opening of negotiations between Frontex and Albania and Serbia. And the Commission is also adopting a new assistance package worth 39 million euro on border management in order just to put more border guards on the Western Balkan route and on the border as well. With such control on the border, we are seeing more alerts and alarms from NGOs about illegal pushbacks by the European authorities. There is much more violence at the border as well, for example, in between Serbia and Hungary as well. And the United Nations agency, migration agency, told us in a previous interview, the solution for such a humanitarian crisis can never be by closing the border in such a way. And there is as well like a lot of high-level meetings, European meetings that are being held recently. The Austrian Interior Minister, for example, has suggested to adopt asylum procedures in third countries, like as we are seeing in the United Kingdom, that has proposed to send asylum seekers to Rwanda. Hungarian Prime Minister as well is aiming to send a message to migrants in order to tell them that it's impossible to cross the border to go through the Western Balkan route.
What are the main nationalities of migrants on this route? I mean, who are they?
Exactly. According to what we have seen on the border, there are two, and the reports from NGOs as well, there are two main nationalities over there on the Balkan route. There is a lot of Afghan people and Syrians. There are as well other people from Tunisia, Egypt, Burundi as well. As for Afghans, we have seen in Serbia, for example, a lot of families and young men and even children and minors in Serbia. Not to forget that a lot of Afghans are still fleeing the country after the withdrawal of American troops and allied troops from Afghanistan. As for Syrians, the majority of them have left the country many years ago. They are living in very degrading conditions in neighboring country, like in Turkey and in Lebanon. For example, in Turkey, a lot of Syrians are facing this fear from being forcibly deported back to northern Syria.
Okay, Dana Alboz, journalist for InfoMigrants or InfoMigrants. Thanks so much. A really important story. Thanks for joining us here.
Thank you. Thank you so much.